Hello.
Oh, hold on. God, that sun is brutal.
Hey.
Is it like this when you do it in here too?
No. I won't be in here.
Oh, no worries. You can be. You're one of the owners too.
Don't be.
I'm working on, for some reason, this thing just likes to get all the light. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'll just move. I'll go in our room. Oh, my producer is helping me out real quick. Sorry.
I like it.
It's gonna need to be like 100 times bigger than that. I'm just gonna move into the other room. It's all good. We're doing so much better than we did yesterday already.
Yeah, we are. I tried it out and I think it works. So I think we're in good shape.
Okay, cool. I think it's my camera. I gotta be honest. I think that's a big portion. Because look, my camera's pretty bad in here too. I did. That's not working. See? It's still weird.
Do you want my computer?
Perfect. I'll just do it in here. Here's a picture of a bike in the background here anyway.
I'll take the dog in the room. Okay.
It's all good. Okay. There we go.
Okay. All right. So let me go live on Facebook.
All right.
And
Who knows? That's all right. Rena's trying to herd the creatures.
okay. All right. And here we go. Okay, we're live on Facebook. All right. Hi, everybody. We had some technical difficulties yesterday. I am with Matt Houston, and Matt is a local business owner. So he owns, and you can see it on his shirt, Playtri Oceanside, which is a cycle shop, triathlon training center where they have a triathlon training team. Actually, I'm a part of it too. And I just wanted to welcome him on and have him tell us a little bit about who he is and how he got into his business. Go ahead, Matt.
Cool. Well, hello, Megan. Thank you for having me on.
Yes.
And so my name is Matt Houston. I, along with my wife, Sabrina Houston, own Playtri Oceanside in South Oceanside. We have been in business in Oceanside for just about 5 years. This October will be 5 years for us. We were in downtown Oceanside under the Endurance House name. And then about a little over a year ago, we changed names to Playtri. But it's been our ownership the whole time, and our staff hasn't really changed. So yeah, it's us going on. So yeah, so we do everything for cycling, triathlon, gravel riding. Basically, we're a bike shop, and we have a great service department. And then the thing that I think is kind of our extra set us apart is we provide athletic training as well. So kind of a one-stop shop for all things endurance athletics. So that's us.
So tell me or tell us how you got involved in owning a store that supports triathletes and cyclists.
Our joke here is that someone told me I could do it. That is the simplest part. Now, I'm working in the bike industry. I originally started out in the apparel industry in LA, where I'm from, and was doing kind of apparel operations stuff. And then I pivoted into the bike industry, was managing a bike shop in Huntington Beach. And I was approached about the store in Oceanside. It had recently closed. And for those of you that don't know, we are part of a small franchise. And so the franchise owner reached out to me and basically said, hey, I've met you in the past. Was impressed. I don't know if that's the right, but they liked me and they were interested in talking about it. And I was 4 at the time, and I think someone telling me that they thought I could do something was really all the motivation I needed. So they didn't even know Sabrina at the time and know that Sabrina was from Oceanside. Like, she's born and raised. We call her our little Oside Loke. She went to Oceanside High. Like, she's about as local as it gets. And anyway, so we in the span of, I think, started talking in like October, and we were open by December. So maybe September, but I mean, it was the no more than 4 months from the start of the discussion to the opening of the store. So it was wild. But yeah, so we've been doing it ever since. The store's evolved a lot. As every small business, we've kind of evolved with the times and with what our customers want. And we started out as a true try shop with a really heavy emphasis on the run, and found that our success was really more on the bike side. We've kind of pivoted and become more of a bike focused shop, while still staying very true to our triathlon roots. And yeah, that's kind of the short and sweet of how we started and a little bit of where we are.
Very cool. And so what amazes me is how much you've accomplished and at your age. So tell us how old you are, Matt.
I will be, let's see, today is May 1st. So I will be 29 in 28 days.
That is so cool. So happy early birthday. But so you're going to be 29. So you started this whole thing at 24. That's pretty incredible. Awesome.
It was an interesting idea, and it has sped up the rate of adulting for me considerably.
I bet. At 24, I think I was, oh gosh, I don't know, working in a restaurant or something. But I'm always impressed because you are very professional and you do an amazing job, and you definitely are, building a really great store and a really great team. And so I'm just very impressed with that.
Thank you. It's definitely a team effort. And then, Sabrina and I both we've always been like our connecting force. We joke, it's like our connecting force, and also like the most like probably the only thing that causes any strife in our marriage is like we're both just such hard workers and so like aggressive forward pushers. It's like we're constantly like fighting to push forward fast and also trying to hold each other. But at the end of the day, it has really, really helped us to be like, to do what we do. And the reality is, I tell people all the time, like, it's not hard. It's not like you don't have to be smart to be an entrepreneur. You have to be willing to work every day. And that's really all it takes. And I was blessed with the gift of being able to work every day.
Cool. Yeah. So I know you mentioned your team, and I know you guys work hard, but I know there obviously are a lot of other players that help you out there at the store. So tell us a little bit about the team.
Yeah, so we have a small staff, but a super effective staff, and so I manage the store, and then Sabrina kind of does our back of the house bookkeeping and stuff like that. And then with us, we have 3 other staff members. Kenyama is our service manager, really everything tech. He's great with that. Comes from a military background. Really loves the tech side of things. Also just a super worker. Helps me out a lot with sales too. And then we have Dea, who, if anybody has ever been on our social media has seen Dea, or really ever been on social media at all. She is definitely like I would say probably the part of the store, in the sense that she manages our training. She definitely helps out with sales. She a lot of our events, marketing, advertising. She's kind of just she has so much energy in one body, and it's pretty impressive. And yeah, so anyway, so that's Dea. And then finally we have Tom, who helps us out with sales. Tom's actually been at the store longer than I have. He worked for the previous owner. So we kind of joke that Tom came with the store. But Tom's great, got a wealth of knowledge as well. Been doing endurance events longer than I've been alive, literally. So that's our small but super effective team. And we have a lot of other people that help us out, but that's the folks that are working at Oceanside.
Got it. Cool. And then I know you mentioned that, you came from LA and Sabrina's from Oceanside. So what brought you guys back to Oceanside and to open this business here in North County?
So yeah, so we met, we used this up in Northern California. It's about 30 minutes west of Sacramento. And we met doing triathlon, both raced collegiately and raced a couple national championship events, and really like fell in love while doing the thing that we love to do, which is triathlon. At the time, Sabrina had a leadership role on the team, and then I kind of joined and ended up directing of our team. So unknowingly, and I'll be completely honest, I didn't do that. I got a great triathlon education, and the business of triathlon I was exposed to very early, and always was very fond of it. So so we left school, we moved to LA. At the time, she was pursuing a veterinary career, and she was in school to be a vet tech. And I worked for about a year at apparel, and then I did some stuff on the in the bike shop side of things before I transitioned. And really, we were drawn to Oceanside, one, because the opportunity itself presented itself here, but then also North County is really still such a hotbed for endurance athletics. And I'll be honest, I didn't really realize how cool North County was until I moved here. And now that I live here, I tell people all the time, whether they're from LA or we have a lot of friends in the Bay Area, I'm like, you have everything great about Southern California right on the coast. And then from an endurance athletics perspective, and especially cycling, you go 10 miles inland or less, and it's like super rural and beautiful rural, like agriculture roads. And I mean, I would put the riding in North County up against just about anywhere else in the world in terms of quality. And obviously we have amazing swimming with the ocean, some amazing swim facilities. And then the running is awesome, from running on the trails, running on the coast. It's like, I'll be honest, we got lucky about not knowing how great it was here. And we've really, I like to think, taken advantage, and both from a business perspective and also personally, I love these sports and I love doing them here. So I freaking love North County. So yeah.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree. It's coming from Orange County and moving down here, you don't realize how awesome the north part of this county is. And it's,
totally.
It's, it's not busy. It's friendly. Like, this city is so wonderful. And
if you're not, you should buy a house in North County.
Yes, exactly. So if you'd like to buy a house in Oceanside, we can talk about it.
No person.
So, now it's been a little bit of a challenging time, I know, with business, just across the board. Oh, and there goes my printer. I don't know, out of nowhere. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with your business, how COVID's affecting, the industry and your business.
So COVID has definitely affected our industry in a number of ways. And our business kind of straddles a couple different industries. So I guess you can start with the triathlon industry as it pertains to events. Mass events have been all but canceled for at least the first half, if not the first 2/3 of 2020. We were able to have one event at the first weekend of March, and then very quickly after that, kind of things started happening. and that's the same goes for cycling and gravel / mountain bike events, have all really been affected in terms of being postponed or unfortunately even canceled sometimes, depending on the situation. So we're hopeful that we may have a few events at the end of the year, and I have no knowledge other than what I read in the news or on Facebook. But I'm hopeful that we might have something at the very end of the year. California has, specifically Southern California, has the advantage of we have basically the season opener here, Oceanside, in April, and then the season closer out in the Indian Wells, La Quinta area, for long distance triathlon. And so that's in December. So there's still a very real possibility we could have at least one, not more, opportunities to race in 2020. Again, I don't have any extra knowledge other than anyone else, but I'm trying to stay optimistic. So pivoting over to the retail and sales side of things, things definitely, as soon as this stuff started happening in March, I think a lot of people initially pulled back, and there was a big fear, and therefore what we saw as a bit of a buying freeze and a pretty substantial drop in sales in March. But then as people kind of settled in and realized our quote unquote new normal, it actually has positively affected the bicycle retail industry. Overall, certain things are up, certain things are down. I would say performance bike sales are way down. But that's a lot because there's not racing happening.
Right.
That being said, we're seeing a ton of new riders out there, and anybody who lives anywhere near anything that's like rideable is seeing that. And so we're seeing a lot of kids and family members and adults just trying out cycling again, which is fantastic and kind of makes me feel very optimistic about the future. And hopefully when we come out of this, some of these people, maybe not everybody, but some of them will maintain and continue with it. And the reality is it's a great sport, and we can do a nice little transition here to that WHO article we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, which basically said that the World Health Organization said that is one of the best things we can be doing right now, because it naturally distances people. You can only put one person on a bike, and you can only bike so close together. Obviously, from a Playtri Oceanside perspective, we are definitely encouraging people to maintain social distance, whether you're running, on the bike, walking, whatever you're doing, maintain the distance. But cycling is great for that. It's a great way to keep that distance, get exercise. They're saying it's actually a great way to get exercise and commute during these times. Less and less people are commuting, and we're definitely seeing that. But if you're commuting more locally, which a lot of us are doing now, cycling is a great option for that. And it seems to be that I wasn't the only one to read the article, because a lot of people have been. So yeah, all that to say, April will be a good month for sale for us, and optimistic that it will continue, and hopefully we'll see a positive to some extent out of it. So yeah.
And so under the umbrella of transportation, you guys have been open the whole time, right? So you're essential business.
Yeah, correct. So bike shops early on were listed in the transportation, and actually I think it was just yesterday or the day before, Governor Newsom was like specifically saying like bike shops are super important right now, and so yeah, we definitely have maintained. We've been open. We've taken precautions. We've shortened our hours, and then I actually started doing free deliveries all over North County to just encourage people that if we can, where you don't have to leave home and you can stay home, we want to help doing that, because that's all kind of part of the game right now. So we're flattening that curve.
There we go. So
yep.
Tell us exactly where you're located in Oceanside, and then when you're open, so people can come down, and tell us maybe some of the different ranges of bikes and things that you have, so people, we kind of move across the spectrum of people who would be coming for bikes.
Yeah, for sure. So our address is 2110 South Coast Highway. We are in the very last commercial building on Coast Highway in Oceanside before you Carlsbad. So right as it dips down to the lagoon, we're the last building on the side of the street. We usually try to put some flags out and some different stuff so you can see us, but we're there. So as far as what we do, we sell, in terms of bikes, we sell everything from 500 to 5,000. That is, for the most part, true. We actually sell stuff over 5,000, not a ton under 5. We don't do too much in the way of kids' bikes, so we order everything and love to. And then we sell all the accessories you need for cycling. We sell wetsuits for swimming, all accessories for triathlon. Additionally, we service every type of bike, whether it's a $100 you just bought online to a $10,000 bike with all the whistles that the industry has to provide. But the thing I think that I try to really drive home with the staff and myself is customer service is always the number one thing for us. And I'm proud to say that I think the compliment most often is that we are very professional and we do provide a very thorough service. And I've always told people it's simpler service that I would want going in and buying a bike. And I'm very transparent when it comes to pricing. I don't, we've all been in the car buying process that can be a little bit smoke and mirrors sometimes with the pricing. And that's not how we roll at all. I oftentimes will ask people, I'm like, what's your price range? Which is an abnormal thing to lead a sales conversation with. But at the same time, I don't want to waste anyone's time trying to sell them something that they're not even interested in. I'd rather spend that time getting you exactly what you want, or at the very least educating you. So that's kind of how we roll.
Awesome. Well, I love it. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing a little bit more about the world of cycling and triathlon. I want to talk to Coach Dea and she can tell us a little bit more about the triathlon training team next time. Because I think that's a huge special part of what you guys do. And I enjoy being a part of the team and getting to work out with the group virtually right now as much as possible. And then, once things open up, it's just a really great relationship to have with other people who are working out and trying to better themselves and race. And it's a really cool world. So I so appreciate your time. Thanks for getting on with me, and we made it work because yesterday we had quite a few challenges, but happy to talk to you and just go support Matt and go support local business here in Oceanside, because that's the name of the game. We're just trying to keep people in business and keep them successful so that once we get out of all these things, all the businesses continue to flourish. So thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Megan, and I definitely agree. Shop local if you're here in Oceanside. There's so many great businesses that are still open. Coffee shops, restaurants, retail stores like us. Definitely encourage that. And all over the county, we're trying to shop local as much as we can. And you can check us out, playtrioceanside.com, and give us a call anytime. We're open 7 days a week. And you can email me anytime, matthew.playtri.com. I will always answer that. And thank you, Megan. And we'll see you all soon.
Okay, cool. Have a good one. See you later.